You don't need permission. If you don't know, now you know. I'm here to tell you, you don't need permission to fulfill your dreams, to fulfill your goals, and to change the course of the course of your life. You don't need to ask, when is it going to be my turn? Or do I need to do this or do I need to do that? You don't need permission. You don't need permission to be the best you and be strategic. If you're a strategic person, you don't need to ask if I'm being too strategic, if I'm doing too much. If you're not harming anyone, if you're not causing harms to others or yourself, because your own self, your higher self, your spirit is going to tell you if you doing too much. You need to cut back. You don't need the outside telling you need to cut back, especially if they're not living a higher standard of living. Say if you have this diet and others see you, on this diet, they ask you, why are you always drinking water? Why are you always juicing as far as fruits and vegetables? Why are you always posting on social media your success? You don't have to do all of that. And you're just showing off. You don't need permission. It is your life. It is your time. And it's your energy. You can spend the time that you need to, however you need it to be. You can spend your energy in things or in people however you wish to do so. You don't need to get permission when someone says, you need to do more of this or you need to do more of that. If I was you, I wouldn't do this. If I was you, I would have stopped long time ago. I would have stopped exercising long time ago if I didn't lose the weight that I wanted or gaining the muscle that that I wanted. I wouldn't spend all this time. You wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go for a jog, and where's the proof? Where's the improvement? Oh, I don't see it. And people on the outside say all of this. Meanwhile, they're not doing anything. They're not jogging. They're not waking up early before the birds chirp. They're not eating healthy. They're eating way more greasy foods than you. They see you, people on the outside see you try to better yourself, and you're doing it on a consistent basis. And you may not even be posting. You may just, and even if you are, that is your record. And your success, especially if you're going the long route and you're going through the grit, you deserve to show your receipts. Your receipts and proof deserve to be seen, although it doesn't have to be seen, but it deserves to be seen, and you deserve credit for that. The mental toughness that it takes to do something day in and day out is underappreciated, and it's not celebrated enough. Now, when you're doing it for yourself and you want to improve because you want a better outcome of your life in areas, you already know what it looks like, you already seen it. Now all you have to do is you're doing the actions, and you're making moves and steps towards it. You really don't need no applause, neither permission. Although you're grateful for the applause and the cheers, but majority of the time you're not going to get that. You're going to get the opposite. You're going to get maybe a very few handful, those that will tell you you're doing a good job, keep doing this, keep doing that. I like how you did this, I like how you did that. Now, you need to say to yourself, hey, I'm doing this for me. I don't need no permission. You don't need to you don't need permission or to ask, when am I going to get this big break? Or you don't need to ask, how come I have to wait to get the next promotion? How come I have to wait to get this $1 amount? Why do I have to wait or ask for permission to go to this place? Or if I can do that? You don't need permission. Now, I hope you're using your senses, because most would think way out there, and some may watch this video and say, well, if you're working, you have a boss, you do need permission to ask if you can take a day off. You do gotta ask in those cases, or some outlier situations. They're gonna try factor it in, and those that have that thinking, they're the main ones that are upset, because they see you taking your own life into your own hands. You are not only creating your own path, but you're writing your own path. You're writing your own history. But those naysayers, they are following a system that doesn't work, that doesn't benefit them. But they want you to follow that system. They want you to be in that same boat with them. And they're mad because they see you far off in the distance in your sailboat grilling steak, grilling fish, eating your favorite foods and your cuisines, and laughing and having a joyous life with other like-minded people. That's what they're mad at. That's what they're pissed off about it. And because they don't have the guts, they don't have the tenacity, they don't have the will, they don't have the energy to live the life that they want, to be in the position that they want to be in. They let others dictate their lives because they're not confident enough. And so therefore they expect you to not be confident and to not be bold enough to speak what you want and feel how you feel about the things that you want. And that you are giving yourself permission. You have yourself to give you a permission. The only person you should be asking for permission, and some of y'all may not believe in the higher power, in the Creator, but you need to ask God for permission. Because He can make it happen. God can make it happen. If it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. It will happen. Now, He's gonna allow you, if He's not allowing it to happen and you're trying to force it, He's gonna grant you that. He's gonna say, you sure? You asked for this. All right now. You asked for it. And then you find yourself in a pickle. That's the case when you find yourself in a pickle because you went against God's permission. Because it wasn't in His will, although, and that's going to be in another video. That's going to be in another video. But the main thing is this: from people, you don't need the outside permission. You don't need it. And when you finally realize that, then you can start living in abundance and being satisfied on how everything turns out. I hope you learned something today. And while you're at it, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell button, if you will. Pass this video along. All right, y'all. Have a good one.